right, parents. So, your student is getting ready to transition to a new high school, or they may have been recently accepted into a new college or university, and y'all have done your research. You have an idea about what the plans are, but you need to have a meeting with an advisor or a counselor, but you don't know what to expect. So in this video, I am going to be discussing what parents and students should expect during a meeting with an academic advisor or a school counselor. My name is Cierra Griffin, and I am your college admissions coach. I can remember when I moved from middle school to high school. But what I don't remember about that time is having a meeting with a school counselor who sat me down to discuss my goals, my expectations, and what I hope to accomplish during high school. However, after 10th grade, I moved to a new high school. And the very first thing I did at that new high school was have an intake session with my school counselor who asked me questions about my goals, about my aspirations. He also gave me the tools, the encouragement, and the motivation to improve my studies as a high school student, which ultimately led me to applying and being accepted into Florida State University. However, upon initial enrollment at Florida State University, I did not have a meeting with an academic advisor. In fact, my classes were selected for me. However, I do believe that had I had a one-on-one intimate session with an academic advisor, it probably would have saved me from changing my major 5 different times. As an academic advisor and a dual enrollment coordinator, I love what I do. I believe that when a person is in this type of position where they are helping parents and students transition into another level of their education journey, they need to be passionate about it and they need to love what they do. Otherwise, this kind of work can be challenging. It can be intense. It can be overwhelming. And I've experienced all of these emotions, but I still keep coming back because I love what I do. I enjoy sharing limitless opportunities with my parents and students in an effort to see them flourish when they leave my institution. Okay. So here are 9 things that parents and students should expect when they are trying to meet with an academic advisor or a school counselor. And these 9 things are exactly what students at my institution, what they receive from me. Number 1, when a student is trying to meet with me, they can expect a flexible scheduling experience. That means that I am going to meet with them in person, and recently, due to COVID, I'm going to meet with them virtually via Zoom or Microsoft Teams. But you have to have a flexible schedule for parents and students because you're dealing with the students' work schedule probably, or their high school schedule in the case of dual enrollment students. And then of course the parents have to work too. So you want to make sure that your counselor or advisor allows for a flexible scheduling experience. Number 2, your academic advisor or school counselor needs to recognize that you are a unique student or a unique parent. They need to understand and acknowledge that every student is different, and you will feel that in your meeting with them. Number 3, parents need to be heard. I don't care if your student is transitioning to a new high school or if they're going to a college or a university, but you need to be able to express your goals and your expectations as a parent. Now, I will note that when your student is going to a university, there is a time during the orientation experience when the university might separate the students and the parents, and this is okay. But there is a thing at the university level called a FERPA waiver. And this waiver will allow for the university, the advisors, whomever you want to speak with about your student, it will allow them to speak with you about your student. However, your student has to sign off on this in order for you to have access to their records. But again, as a parent, you should expect that somebody's going to listen to you, what your goals are, and what your expectations are. Okay, number 4. Students, you ultimately should feel like you are being heard. You need to be able to express your goals, your ideas, your expectations, even if you can only say, I don't know what it is that I want to do. That matters because that should tell the academic advisor or the school counselor, hey, I need to work with this kid, I need to nurture this kid, and we just need to do some research in order to help this student find out what it is that they want to do. All right, number 5. This is the point of the meeting where the academic advisor or the school counselor will discuss the reality of the goals and the expectations that both the parent and the student has shared in this meeting. This is also the time when the advisor acknowledges what the parent and the student are looking for and how we can reach those goals and how we at the institution can meet those expectations. Number 6, in this meeting with your academic advisor or the school counselor, you should expect for that person to do some initial research on whatever your goals are. So if your goal is to graduate high school and enroll at a university and study a particular major, then that academic advisor or counselor should go out to that university's website, find that major, and look up the requirements so that you have an idea of what you can expect before you enroll into that major. If you are already at the university, then that academic advisor should be able to pull up that major and print it off for you so you can see which classes you need to take, and they should also give you an idea about how to take those classes. But what if you're not going to a college or a university? What if you plan to join the military? In that case, your school counselor or your academic advisor should go online and research the different branches of the military, and they should be able to locate the contact information and the office location of a recruiter. Or what if you just want to get out of school and work, and you have an idea about the field that you want to work in? That academic advisor or that school counselor should be able to go out and see what kind of jobs are available in the areas that you say you're interested in. And they should be able to tell you or print off something or even share a link with you so that you can see who's hiring and what the requirements are for that position. Number 7, this is the time in the meeting where the academic advisor or the school counselor should create a plan. Now, I often tell my students that the plan that I come up with is only a recommendation. So it's important for a student to know that this is a recommendation because I want them to realize that they have the power to create their plan for themselves. Now, I'm going to advise you, I'm going to guide you, but you ultimately have the power to determine what you do in your future. Number 8. Now, after we've discussed all of your goals and expectations and done our research, you need to have a follow-up meeting scheduled with your academic advisor or your school counselor. A follow-up meeting will allow for the student and the parent to go home, review the information, have a conversation about what they learned or what questions they still have, and then come back and discuss any new ideas that have come up or to confirm that this plan that was created is best for you, or to share that you altered the plans or come up with your own plans about your education goals. Number 9, you should expect that your academic advisor and your school counselor will be available to you in a number of different ways. They should share with you their office phone number. You should have access to their office email. And nowadays, thanks to COVID, you should be able to communicate with them via a chat feature. For example, I have my students download Microsoft Teams, which is free to them thanks to the college. And in Microsoft Teams, they can chat with me at any time if they're thinking of questions or they have comments or they heard something and they want clarification. Then my students don't have to send a traditional email. They can jump on Microsoft Teams and they can send me a chat, which comes to me instantly. So parents and students should expect to be able to have access to their academic advisor or their school counselor. As a first generation college graduate, I found it difficult navigating college. It would have helped me tremendously if I had had a dedicated academic advisor who would contact me and set up meetings and have one-on-one sessions with me so we can hash out my goals and my expectations. As an academic advisor, based on my experience as a first time or first generation college student, I make sure that my parents and my students are heard. I make sure that I give them a one-on-one meetings so we can talk about their goals and their expectations. And parents and students should expect this no matter what level of education they are in. If your student is in high school, you should expect the same experience from the school counselor that I have described in this video. Likewise, if you have a student who is entering the community college or the university, then you should expect the same experience that I've described in this video with that academic advisor at that college or that university. So in this video, we discussed what parents and students should expect during a meeting with their academic advisor or their school counselor. If you like this video, please click the thumbs up button. Please leave me a comment below and make sure that you subscribe to my channel. My name is Cierra Griffin and I am your college admissions coach.